Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers. I'm MiLena, and this is Patches, and today I want to talk to you about RV travel with a cat. I got Patches when she was about 3 months old on August 13, 2018. She has traveled with us since. Here's how I prepared her to travel. First off, I did research before she ever came to my home. I got her, I looked at what we could do instead of a litter box. At the time, we were in a 29-foot RV, fifth wheel, and there was nowhere to put a litter box. So I knew we needed to toilet train her. And what we came up with was City Kitty. It was at that time available on Amazon for $25, worth every penny. I had that when she came to my house. Also, I had a carrier for her, and the carrier was relatively small. She was small, and so it worked well. I put her in the car and drove her 30 minutes to Sharon's house and 30 minutes back to my house. We'd visit with Sharon, of course, 3 days a week for about 3 or 4 months to get her used to riding in a car. And at first she really didn't like it. She got used to it relatively quickly. Then when she came to my house, the very first thing, I did not have a litter box. I had the City Kitty. And what it is, it's made up of rings. It's about this big around. It fits over the toilet, on the brink of the toilet beneath the seat. And when you first get it, you leave all the little rings in place. They're little dotted lines where you cut to remove rings, but you leave them all in place and you put the litter in there. She was very light. She had no problem. From the first day she was in my house, she jumped up on that toilet and she used what she thought was a litter box. It had some litter in it. I got really expensive litter because I didn't want to mess up my plumbing, and so I got Garfield litter. It was 3 5-pound bags, I think, for maybe $15 on Amazon. It was expensive for cat litter. Again, well worth it. I used maybe a bag and a half or 2 bags before she graduated to just using the toilet. As time went on, about every 2 or 3 weeks, I wanted to be sure she knew what she was doing. I'd take out a ring. So the first week there was a little hole about like this, and she sometimes would hit the hole and sometimes not, but she was up on the toilet and it was a little less steady, but she did great. And then a bigger hole about like this. They grew progressively until there was just a little like 1-inch ring around it. When we got to that point, after about 3 or 4 weeks, I removed that and she was toilet trained. She was jumping up on the toilet and going to the bathroom in the toilet. That was our goal. It has made life easier at home and in the RV. I don't have to scoop a cat litter anymore. Now then, let me tell you, if you're going to travel with the cat, on our first trip we took, we also took that little outer ring that she'd graduated from and a little litter and put it in there because she'd never used the RV toilet, and we wanted to be sure she'd know, oh, this is where I go. And we did that when we traded RVs. We did it again. And when we moved, she had to use several different toilets, so we kept that little ring and we put litter in it so that she was absolutely certain this is where I go. City Kitty worked beautifully. She was and is toilet trained. She has had one accident. It was on our way to the Smoky Mountains. We were entering the park and there was nowhere to stop and nowhere to turn, and I knew she needed to go, but there was nothing we could do, and she had an accident. That's the only one she has ever had. Very proud of her. Also, when traveling with a cat, you will want to take their own food and their own water. They're used to it. It's home. I carry a brush. It's called, well, it actually looks like a comb. This is a medium-haired cat, and there's lots of hair. And so the magic brush is what I use. It looks like a little comb. It gets hair, and I comb her daily. I take it on trips, too. We don't want all that cat hair in the RV, so I comb her out every day. It makes life easier. When we travel, until we got the van, Patches rode in a crate on my lap. And to have my pet with me, it was worth traveling with a cat sitting on my lap. Since we've gotten the van, she is in her carrier in the back of not in the very back. She's up close to the front, but I can see her when I look out. She's done excellently. She and Theo, Sharon's dog, don't really like each other, but they do travel okay together now. On Patch's first trip, she yelled. We were about 90 or 100 miles from where we were going to camp. She yelled the whole way. She was not happy. Since then, she'll occasionally cry. Neither the cat nor the dog like it when the van stops at traffic lights or slows down because of traffic. They're not happy about that, but it's not a steady cry. It's just, hey, I'm here and I don't like this. If you have a cat and you travel with your cat, let us know what you do with your cat. I do have a leash and a harness, and I don't do it all the time, but I take Patches out sometimes. She likes to go outside too. I do have her on a leash. She's really good at slipping out of many harnesses, and so I've had to try and find one that could contain her. I don't want her running loose in a state park any more than I'd want my Sharon's dog running loose in a state park. Like I said, if you have ideas, please post them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.